How can we reframe our future during the uncertainty of today? For the last 16 years, the Malta Attractiveness Survey has gathered the thoughts of leaders from foreign-owned companies to understand the island's strengths and areas for improvement, providing a unique window on economic trends at the local level. This year's survey was carried out in June with a special focus on COVID-19. A few questions were asked again in late September to analyse any shifts as a result of the rapidly changing nature of the pandemic. So, what are this year's results showing? When asked if Malta is considered an attractive destination for foreign direct investment, 62% say it is. This is a 15% drop over a one-year period. It is also the lowest score registered since we started running this survey. The number of investors that said Malta is not attractive has also increased and now comprises 1 out of every 4 respondents. When asked which criteria make Malta most attractive, corporate taxation comes out on top yet again. While still favourable, the attractiveness of Malta's stability of social climate has decreased by 11% and is now in 3rd place, whilst Malta's telecommunications infrastructure is now in 2nd place for the first time. The stability and transparency of the political, legal and regulatory environment is now viewed as Malta's least attractive parameter. This result reflects the sentiment shared by many of the FDI investors on the need to improve governance and tackle reputational issues. Transport and logistics and R&D environment usually score low. While the future may be even harder to predict as a result of COVID-19, a large majority still see their company present in Malta in 10 years' time. But there is a strong message to prioritise Malta's reputation to remain globally competitive and even strengthen institutions, enforcement and monitoring. Education and skills, normally in 1st place, is now 2nd and still a high priority for businesses. The sectors to drive growth signify a return to Malta's roots, as well as a sharper focus on digital and tech to rise above the challenges. Despite COVID-19, respondents still believe tourism and leisure will be the leading business sector in the next 5 years, followed by iGaming. What was the effect of COVID-19 on FDI companies in Malta? Almost 2/3 of companies have been negatively impacted due to the pandemic, and 2/3 said they believe it will take a year to return to pre-COVID-19 levels when asked back in June of this year. Half of investors have left their 2020 investment plans unchanged, while the other half have delayed, decreased or cut back their plans. Very few have increased their plans. And what about changes for skills and recruitment? As the crisis unfolded, many companies put their people at the centre by prioritising their health, either through remote working or the introduction of effective safety procedures. Half of businesses completely froze recruitment and 1/4 carried out upskilling and reskilling. Most likely as a result of the pandemic, the ability for companies to find and recruit individuals with the required specialised skills has finally observed a trend reversal. Malta's skill shortage has been a perennial issue, with the country's economic expansion seemingly unable to keep up with increasing demand for specialised skills. And finally, in late September, EY re-asked respondents some of the questions to track any changes. In June, 91% replied Malta's level of success in addressing the public healthcare crisis was positive, but this decreased to 26% in late September as the neutral and negative replies increased. Barely any change was noticed for the government support measures between June and September, with around 1/3 of investors expressing a little bit of uncertainty. As repeatedly found in previous attractiveness surveys over the years, Malta possesses key attributes and qualities which can be utilised in a post-COVID-19 world, such as our climate and location, English-speaking workforce, good social fabric, and strong telecommunications infrastructure. However, certain challenges need to be overcome, and a long-term sustainable and holistic vision must be put in place. In an increasingly digital world, it is important to develop a mindset that Malta is less insular than previously thought and incredibly connected to the rest of the world.